Okay, the feeding frenzy at Sutton Park didn't work just like last year. Yeah, it's not as big as last year. I mean, okay, I'm back at Sutton Park again. The feeding frenzies, it's not as big. Oh well, we've got some bunny rabbits here. Of course, I think the odd one out was a squirrel, but we've got a lot of bunny rabbits right here. Look, the numbers there are so plentiful. Oh, goodness me, look, there's about 4, 5. There's a lot of bunny rabbits here. Look, they've just came back. They've all just came back from the dormancies of winter time. It's amazing, Samuel. We're seeing lots of bunny rabbits here. This is just fantastic. Sorry, I think my camera is quite really dark here. But we've just had some bunny rabbits. I'm just going to head out towards the park and see what birds there are, because unfortunately I think the feeding frenzy didn't seem to work. Yeah, not much feeding frenzy today. Didn't seem to work. I don't know, I'm back at the pool this time. I can see a swan on the background, which I don't think I can see it. I need to turn up the brightness. Don't think the feeding frenzy has worked for the seagulls and other birds, because I think the weather's gone a bit warmer, to be honest. A bit warmer today. Obviously with the sunshine it's not really that kind, I suppose, eh? Maybe when it gets real colder there's a lot much more feeding activity. But apart from the birds, I think the best part is definitely the bunny rabbits. Oh, look at the tufted ducks. There's actually quite a lot of tufted ducks. It's a big number of tufted ducks today. There's just so many of them. Oh, look at the tufted ducks. Look at that. They're all just diving underneath for food and stuff. That's brilliant. Wow, look at all the black-headed girls. They're all just straightforward. Look at them. They're all flying. Wonder if they're going to be migrating or something. Look at that. Check this out. That's a big gathering of them. Still quite plentiful, the numbers here. There's just so many of them. Oh, check this out. It's a big parade of tufted ducks. Look at that. Look at all this migrating flock of black-headed gulls. And the geese, look how noisy they are today. I think they became pretty territorial today. Oh, man, the geese, look how noisy they are today. I think they're being very territorial. My God, look at all of them. Gulls right here. They're all circling. And the geese are absolutely noisy right here. Super noisy. I think the geese are being very territorial this time. Wow. A lot of noise around here. And there's one of the ducks right here. Seeing is something quite interesting other than seagulls having a good feed. Whoa, up they come. Look at that. I'm not seeing a feeding frenzy of them. That should have been happening earlier on. Oh, look at that. There's an Airbus A380. Check this out. There's a plane right here. Whoa. That's amazing. I see an Airbus A380 outside. Ginormous plane right here. It's beautiful. Oh, feeding frenzy's coming right up. Look at that. Don't know how full they look like. I don't know, maybe they don't look as... I don't know how... I think they're already healthy, that's why they're not eating that much bread. Honestly, if they would have had too much bread, that would be very unhealthy. Whoa, check this out. And there's a nice swan right here. Sorry about the copyrighted music as well too. I'm after strike, will be very careful with music on videos these days. Whoa, coots are getting very aggressive. This time the birds are getting a nice feed this time. And there's the Canada geese. Check this out. A lot of feeding right here. Whoa, that piece is too big. Blimey hell. Check this out. Oh, here comes more bread. Oh, yeah. Oh, they whacked one of the tufted ducks. It's amazing, the feeding frenzy still goes on. So endless. Whoa, that's ginormous. Look how big that bread piece is. Look at that. Bet these ducks are going to get really fat after getting exposed to too much bread. Don't know how obese they're going to be like. Look at that. Look at the bread. There's ranks of bread just being thrown randomly. And look at the tufted ducks. It looks like a complete army of them. Whoa, check this out. They're all swimming in a formation. I think the seagulls are... They're already... Oh man, I can't really take this anymore. Anyways, they're already nice and full. Nice and full by the looks of them. Look at that, and here come the geese. Don't know how hungry they are. There's so much bread being thrown in. Pretty endless.
No, break it up more than that part. You've got to break it up more, okay? Break it up more. Little bit like that. So far.
Oh look, there's one of the female ducks right there. Oh look, the girl's got some bread. Oh no, there's a coot. That coot is being very territorial. Oh no, look at that. Check this this out. There's quite a few grey-lag geese right there. There's also some on the island as well. Quite a lot of geese right over in that part of the water. I'll make sure that the camera is not too bright. Oh look, one of the ducks is flying. You're turning the brightness just a bit downwards. That's just somehow amazing. There's more of that activity. Oh my god, look at the amount of bread that's been thrown out. My god. That is way too much bread. I don't know how the heck am I seeing. In fact, this entree of bread is way too much. Far too much. I bet it's polluting the waters. Don't know if that's going to pretty much... in fact, that might... I don't know. Even if it's delicious, I bet the bread's going to make them not breathe that much. There's more tufted ducks. There's quite a lot of that activity around here. Still more feeding going by the looks of them. This pool here is so large. There's actually more in the way of feeding around here. Oh, there's a few more seagulls right there, black-headed ones. This cafe never ends. Look at that. Can you believe that? The first day of spring, as straightforward, totally started with a new look. Look at the amount of Canada geese. They're all having a good... Look at how much bread that's been thrown out. That is a lot of bread. That seems so much bread being thrown out to the birds. That's not too much. And right over here on the tree, there's a cormorant. Oh, here it comes again. Oh, there's a big seagull coming up.
In all fairness, they've made a catastrophic error because
Okay, I'm actually back at Sutton Park. It's been like a year so far. I'm actually filming this video on March the 1st, which is of course the first day of spring. And I'm actually at this section here, where this is where the main park is. And I won't go too far because there's nothing else to see here. Oh man, so good to be in Birmingham, you know. But honestly, it feels so great to be around here. Lovely little creek here, just flowing about. It's just so beautiful. And it's so nice to be out and about during this time of year. And we're out from the doldrums of being cold again. Feels lovely, doesn't it? In fact, I'm only going to briefly walk around this park. And it's so large. It's such an amazing place to be around here somehow. I won't be around for that longer, you know, because I think the thing is that with this whole park, it feels totally nice, the atmosphere, I have to say. I tell you what, the whole atmosphere is so nice, I have to say. I mean, look at the whole creek itself. It feels so beautiful outside. Although, that being said, not that much cover because look how massive, because, yes, I said before, Sutton Park, if you remember my previous videos, it's only one of the largest parks, urban parks in Europe actually. Covers a massive wide amount of space. Oh meow. Now the lovely creek right here, or should I just say river, just flowing around. It's just so mind-bogglingly beautiful. And wow, those trees certainly do look like tall timbers. Look how tall they get. Just amazing. And as a bit of a clue that spring is just on its way. Wow, I can't believe that. Look at all the little buds coming right out. As spring is straightforward finally approaching, might be able to expect some blossoms, leaves, etc. Hopefully up until summertime, we'll start to see some new shoots of greenery involved. And it's so whoppingly beautiful. There's masses and masses of people around here. Like even the children are here. Mind you, I won't put them on footage because I want to try and be very careful not to film some people around here. Go ahead and climb up top of the hills. It's really, really busy. I can't believe it's so huge for a park. Who knows, there could be 1,000 hectares, that thing. It's just so large. So impossible. You could easily get trapped and lost in this very wide and very vast looking park. It's just so amazing. You can just do almost anything or everything in general in this place. So amazing. You know, the one thing I'd like to do is to take some cover and shelter to see if no one sees me when I'm out in the woods having, you know, a good time, and probably something else. Maybe the odd occasion of me taking a pee. Well, here we are. Welcome to spring. A new season awaits, and look at them beautiful flowers. They've just started popping out. I don't know what plant this is, but this is just amazing. Look at this amazing amount of hedgerows. They look quite spiky, but it looks totally awesome. Just amazing. I mean, what are these yellow flowers are? I've got no idea what these are. What a wonderful bit of wilderness right here. I could just straightforward stare for hours upon hours upon hours. I mean, I could just breathe in and breathe out all of the oxygen I can just accumulate. It's just so stunning. You could just straightforward watch there for hours up until the sun sets at this point, and you might as well just straight back home because, hey, it gets boring by night time. Not. And there's a crow right here. How fantastic is that? It's beautiful. And there's another one. Another crow gets away. That's beautiful. And thank goodness with the whole park here, it feels like a much quieter space to just straightforward walk without all the children involved. Thank goodness for that. I'm just taking my privacy very seriously. No one's going to be featured, and beyond that point, hey, this would be fantastically awesome. I can see a bit of chipped wood and bark from the tree here. Look at all this wood. Fantastic for making toys, but wow. On the flip other side, there's a car park. No surprise, that is that. My goodness me. It feels straightforward amazing. You know, if I was straightforward waiting for spring and summer, I can just straightforward spend time with them as long as they're, or if you're the only person who really trusts that season, as long as you love me. That's all I can really say. You'll be there as long as you love me. Just like that one Backstreet Boys song. Oh my god, hopefully I'm not being watched by anyone else like a hawk. There's more dogs around here. And the park here seems somehow just more like a car park. There you go. That's the other side of the whole park. I heard there's a donkey sanctuary on the other side of the park. I can't really remember, but wow, look how whoppingly massive this park is. It's massive, it's huge, it's so amazing. And there's a lovely little athletics field course thing, which I'm actually quite curious of. I'm actually going to straightforward walk away because it goes into a place where human infrastructure is at its peak. How crazy is that? And there's, you know, somehow I've got to watch out for these tall timbers. They're whoppingly tall. You can see a crow on the tree there. Just somehow beautiful and brilliant. Oh wow. Touch wood. Fantastic, them trees. Fairly impressive. And of course, as we walk through such beautiful country. I mean, look at the whole scenery here. It's just amazing. So idyllic, and as I can just walk around, right next to the creek bank, of course, through the river bank, it feels so beautiful. And there's some sort of, wow, I just have to be very careful. There was a giant, wow, look at these tree roots. These are very dangerous, I tell ya. When one overlaps the surface I'm walking in, can make me trip over, keel over and die. That'd be painful, wouldn't it? There's another one right there. These things are about years old. Amazing in how they've survived. Pretty awesome to hear. Right, I'm going to go back, because that one section is a car park. It's just so beautiful. Wish I could take a look at that section maybe in another year's time. Fantastic place, fantastic park. It's such a jewel in the crown. How cool is that? Nice walking around here. I can see a tree stump right there, of course. Oh man, it feels so good to be walking out with nature, especially with Sutton Park. And who are these people here? Is that the council? Seems like it. Seems like the council are working real hard to clean up this park. I better not film them or else I get a complete complaint from them. Oh yes, back to the lovely creek again. How fantastic is that? It's a beautiful park. Really amazing. And this creek here looks actually like it's been man-made. How interesting is that? Oops, I have to do another shot because I think the trees have taken cover of what I've just taken footage of. I mean, look at that. Look how stunning this is. I'll turn the buttons a bit down. Dodged a bullet from them holly trees and stuff like that. But hey, look at that. Just gorgeous stuff. Look at it. Believe me or not, that's all of the water emptied out from the lake. What is that? I've noticed someone's car is on the bridge. Is that a remote control car? And who the hell is wearing summer shorts? That's weird, but hey, I don't seem to care because hey, I've got to respect people's opinions. But I might talk about the problems later on. And there's another guy with shorts on. How weird is that? Yeah, this is fantastic. This is really awesome. I could take up so much scenery from this park here. It's just wonderful. And there's somebody playing with a remote control car and someone's dogs. That's amazing. There you go. The whole park looks... Whoa! Oh my god, I could have just shown it more on camera. That car is actually eye-catching. Whoa! I'd like to see more of that car. That's brilliant. Oh my god. Better not show the children because of children's privacy rules. But that is amazing, that car. It's quite a cool car. But I'm going to focus on the scenery because I want to protect my privacy. That's all. Oh, check out that car. I'm trying to be very careful. It's so busy around the park here. It's a lovely place to be around. Not going to lie, it's so fantastic. I'm just going to take a good corner around the park here. There's no other shortcut and there's no other bridge to basically use. In fact, it's almost like this park is proven useless apart from these two here. Strange, I don't know, but that looks something quite obvious. Actually, I might talk about the camera problems that I had on my tablet, and I might as well just have to put up a vlog here, but I'm going to be very careful vlogging this part here. Okay, as I'm vlogging and walking around at this miraculous park, such a wonderful size to be around here, apparently my camera has actually been suffering a bit of technical problems, and I think when I flipped over like that, all of a sudden the camera became from being a rectangle screen to a square screen with all, all the black borders and stuff. That's the part I really don't want on my videos. So luckily enough, I straightforward, reinstated that issue very fast by I think the best way to do it is to flip over that tablet, go up towards this way, and then the camera will actually become a rectangle again on its widescreen format. Excellent. Oh, it looks like I'm coming back for the birds. Here they come. There's the seagulls. Look at that. There's a bit of feeding activity going on here. It's quite a sizable flock. It's not as big as I thought it would be, but... And there's a couple of swans. Whoa, check this out. Back to the same spot as before. There's a pair of swans here. I wonder if they'll start hissing, because they're going to start building the nests. Actually, notice the feeding frenzy of gulls has increased. Numbers have increased. Here they come. They're all congregating in this part now. Look at that. Look at that. Feeding frenzy never stops. It looks like they've got a few skaters in the park here. Looks like them seagulls are fighting over food. They just go out, mine, 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 mine. Like the Finding Nemo seagulls. Oh my god. Look how greedy the little blighters are. And there's one, in fact I thought it was a big one. There's actually a small one. There's actually got a lot more small ones right here. Look at that. Just so many seagulls right there. Looks like they're following an entree trail of where the bird is. Look at that. Big number, big time. Look at that. Look at all the geese. It's so noisy as heck. Seems like the whole lake is absolutely filled with a huge cacophony of birds. Then there's a swan right there. It's amazing on how water birds like these ones, they're all waterproof. It's amazing on how water birds can just straightforward repel all of that water. Wow, look at that. I'm gonna go close to the seagulls. Hopefully I won't disturb them. Look at that. Complete feeding ground to themselves. Look at that. That's a lot of first winter black-headed gulls. That's what they look like. The ones with the orange beaks and also a bit of brown on their wings. Whoa. I think I just scared the crud out of them off. Trying to keep a distance away from the humans. It's amazing. Wow, it seems like that the park activity has thinned down a bit. That's just somehow amazing. Look at that. Up they come. I think we've got plentiful amount of time to just straightforward explore more and see what else I could find. Seems like this could be a very self-explanatory video without anything else. Tell you what, the whole park seems fairly quiet by the looks of it. It looks like the seagulls are coming back again. I can see a big one right there, just perched on one of the trees. And look at this dispersing flock of tufted ducks. They are, look at that, look at the way, it's a good composition of seeing how the birds are. This is amazing. And there's one lonely one there. There's actually... Whoa, my god. All the seagulls have actually isolated away from the humans, my goodness. And there's children noises here. Anyways, let me take it and see where the rabbits are in that park and see where they are. And as I was just gonna pretty much pop out into the car and stuff, look what we've got. There's more bunny rabbits and there's pigeons grazing in the fields of Sutton Park. It's just wonderful. I can see about, oh my goodness me, it's very hard to tell. I can see the birds and the bunnies. In fact, there's a lot of pigeons and bunny rabbits right here. Oh my god, I can see about 5, about 8, 9. Oh my god, I think I can see about, oh my god, I think I can see about 15. Oh my god, look at the bunnies, here they are. There's quite a few of them on the tracks. Roughly about over 20 or 21 bunnies. Right over in that park. Look at the amount of rabbits that's in the park right here. Looks like they've just came out full spring. Sorry for the pun. full swing in spring, obviously. I mean, look at the bunnies. They've already popped out of their warrens just to explore the human side of the world. It's amazing how these bunny rabbits can just straightforward explore this weird man-made piece of development. That's amazing. Look at that, one of them's chasing after the other one. And, whoa, look at that. There goes the other one. In fact, I'm seeing so many wild bunny rabbits around here. There's a lot of brown ones right there. I think that's what they would often look like. They're all in the same colour, grazing happily. And there's another one right there. They all just run wild. Just so many bunny rabbits. It's a lot, isn't it? There's just so many to take cover into. It's pretty amazing. I'm actually seeing so many bunny rabbits. Probably under 30 will be an appropriate number. And there's some more right there. Look at that. Quite a few bunnies right over in that park. It's so miraculous. Just to see how they adapt into the human world. Beautiful. One of the bunny rabbits is chasing after the other one. Not sure if you can see it very clearly with my bright screen on camera. Seems like I'm going to keep on filming because the park is getting less crowded. And I've got so many seagulls. Straightforward, flying randomly, just to take a good opportunity at feeding and gobbling so much bread. One of them's laughing, of course, and look at that. Obviously the big ones are laughing. Small ones are getting pretty... Oh look, there's some pigeons right there. Look at this many seagulls right there. And there's a wood pigeon with a bit of fast food right here, I can't really tell. There's two seagulls right there. Lesser blackbacks. I think they can actually be seen all year round, obviously. And there's more around here. It looks like the feeding frenzy has stopped. I think I might have got too close to them. Pretty sad, but that's the way it is. And there's the swan pair. The camera's a bit bright. Obviously there's more feeding going on here. I think they've just cleared out some of the bird, but not all of it. In fact, there's still some more feeding. Look at that wood pigeon with a bit of a weird tuft in its feather. Is it like a missing eye? I don't think so. Maybe there's a bit of a wood pigeon fight, I guess. It had. Oh my god, that pigeon is trying to have a go at the bird, but the car is next towards it. That's potentially very dangerous. Look at that. I think anywhere else I look around Sutton Park, it's never a blind sight to see. In fact, for my very sore eyes, it's basically a sight. In fact, it's a sight for sore eyes. I could do it for basically 24/7. It's just so stunning coming here. It's wonderful. I think the only gripe is that we haven't got that many wintering birds here because most of them would have flown up north for their breeding grounds. That's it. That's just the resident birds, apart from the gulls right here, the black-headed ones. They might go back to their colonies. Hopefully by late March. Anyways, I think that's probably about it. Throughout the rest of this whole video on YouTube. Seems like another feeding frenzy has straightforward finished off, apart from that pigeon. Can you believe that? Oh, the geese. I don't know how territorial they became. Look at that. There's more black-headed gulls that are all coming right up. Pretty interesting that this place often gets bred 24/7. Look at that. Look at the whole congregation of black-headed gulls. They always keep on coming and going. That's a lot. They're all flying away now. But they're not really yet ready to disappear off. Oh my goodness me, so often I'll say, hey, look at that. They're all about to come back. In big numbers they will. Fantastic show. air show they're pulling off. Amazing they've got their own bubble to themselves. It looks like the Canada geese are becoming very territorial and a bit aggressive. Oh, look at that. Don't know what's happening with them. It feels like they're just finding a new spot to make way for their territory. I just saw a moorhen. Oh, it's landed into the water. There you go, it's gone back to the water. I think the whole place does look a little bit different as spring approaches. There's still plenty of black-headed gull activity, but not that much as far as I can tell. And there's a wood pigeon flying away. I think it's the sunlight. That's about it. And I think that's probably about it. Oh my god, did I just spook that wood pigeon? It's basically mediating its time to eat off. Just a bit of leftover bread. There's still more bread, but it seems like these birds here will have to go and pretty much make some new young. That's all. Oh yes, guess who's back? Look who's decided to straightforward turn up. After a bit of my weird wanderings going around Sutton Park, look what's appearing. Look who has decided to turn up. There's more bunny rabbits. Look at that. That's amazing. And there's a squirrel right in the foreground. Hey, what's up, Doc? Oh, okay, we've got one of the squirrels. Is that one of... Oh, that's very noisy. I think it's one of the geese. Or is it one of the herons that's squawking very loudly? There's a couple of dogs right there. Oh, buddy up from the dogs and stuff. And here are the bunny rabbits. Oh, look at that. Which one of these is Bugs Bunny and which one of these is Lola? That's amazing. Amazing. I can hear some geese and I can also hear some herons. Pretty amazing sounds. And it looks like there's actually quite a few bunny rabbits. Whoa, I think they're going to be going away now. Wow. There's just so many bunny rabbits. Somehow I must have spooked them all. What's even more surprising is that people have decided to leave their old vegetables so that the rabbits can come along and gobble them right up. It's really amazing when they decide to straightforward feed rabbits. Quite amazing when they decide to feed rabbits right here. Pretty weird, but lovely to know. I think I probably have seen so enough with Sutton Park for today. I think that's it. So, I think that's about it for Sutton Park for today. Anyways, apart from the masses and masses and masses of bunny rabbits, there's one human being on the track and field path. This is weird, but anyways, I'm going to straightforward finish off through this athletics club track and straightforward end the video because it's getting a bit light. So if you really enjoyed it, whoa, the bunny rabbits are having a bit of a weird time. Obviously they're just chasing around for each other, you know. Look at that. It's amazing seeing quite a lot of bunny rabbits. So if you really enjoyed this video, please give this video a very good like, subscribe for more flap content in the future, and as always, thanks so much for watching, and bye for now. Okay, I'm actually at Powell's Pool today. I'm actually chasing after that crow. I wonder what's he up to. Is he gonna fly off? Yep, he's just flown off. I just did the same thing as before. Look at the dog chasing so many crows here. I've never seen that many carrion crows. Normally when it comes into them, they usually seem to go just alone, obviously. They seem to be, oh, there's a crow taking over right over this video. They normally tend to be fairly alone, but for some reason, apart from the fact they normally tend to be alone or in pairs, they are normally found in pairs. They, for some reason, oh, look at this huge gathering. The number of crows is massive. They can just gather how many the heck they can be. Like, there's just so many crows. So much so. Look at the whole gathering of crows. It's just massive. And I'm actually seeing basically, a dozen, probably over 50. Look at this number. There's just so many crows right over at this park here. It's massive. It's a huge gathering of crows right in the park there. There's just absolutely loads of them. Look at that. They are so beautifully animated. So amazing. And then apart from the crows, we've also got Canadian geese, black-headed gulls, and also some coots. Just the usual birds that can be found. And there's a mallard. There's a pair of mallards right here. It's quite a beautiful park, that one. Straight for the noise, apart from the crows and the birds. There's my tablet cover. That looks interesting. That's a nice looking reservoir here. You can see how much hectares of land has been covered by water. It's amazing for such a reservoir like that. And I never expected that many Canada geese. Look at the amount of Canada geese there are everywhere. A lot of people and a lot of crows. They're everywhere taking over the whole video. And speaking about taking over, look at that fence. It's blocking the whole path. Or blocking the whole view. You can just see a hint of Canada geese right there at that lake. And there's a boat. How wonderful is that? It's a beautiful place. Not gonna lie, this is somehow quite spectacular. Oh, it's wonderful. Really, really wonderful. Oh wow, look at the boat. It's on the move. Just somehow stunning and fantastic. It really is quite a nice environment to be in. That's fantastic. So peaceful, I could just finally breathe. And apart from the number of crows, I'm also seeing ravens as well. Much bigger corvids. And look at that, there's one of the dogs here. There's just so many of them, probably about over 50 of them. There's just so many of them gathering right over into this open field. Look at that. That is a lot of crows. Look how they just forage for food, and then at the same time they're just straightforward plucking for worms and stuff. This is fantastic. Beautiful. It's amazing in how the males just grow bigger feathers just to impress the females. amazing. I have to say, look at that crow. Look at the way they just fly up. And all of a sudden, they've just got like weird head mutations. I don't know what's going on with them crows. They don't always appear black. Sometimes you just see a bit of white on their feathers as a result of being leucistic, which is one word that not many people would probably understand. But it looks lovely. I've seen a black rabbit right over at Sutton Park, if you remember that in another video. But this time we're just showing crows. Look at this number of them. This huge gathering of crows is just beyond so phenomenal. Oh, is that a fight going around here? I really don't know. I can also hear the odd jackdaw in that patch of crows right over here. I think if I look carefully at this complete roost of birds right here, in fact a roost of corvids and stuff, I think that's where I can see a lot. And there's one of them vocalizing. There's another one right there. This one looks like it's got like a big buffy looking head. It's a bit strange seeing crows like that, but it kind of reminds me of the Japanese crows. You know, the large-billed crows that I featured in my Malaysia video? That's what they kind of look like. Bit slimmer, I guess. But, wow, you can definitely see there's just so many crows right there. In fact, all of them are carrion crows. Look at that. And this one's got like a weird head. Is that a juvenile? Or is it a young adult? I've got no idea what that is. And look at the way they just fly off. That is just spectacular. And there's more crows right here. Look at that. I'm just seeing a complete scope of the whole park itself. There's just basically, I mean, look at that. This number of crows just seems to fluctuate. There's actually so many of them. Who knows, I might be seeing rook inside. But I think because it's too urbanised, I don't think I'm seeing any rooks. Are these a pair of ravens, or I don't know. I'm not sure if anyone in the, in the corvid study knows about this. Well, there's only quite a few of them coming around here. Look at that. Look at the way they glide. And apart from the crows, we've also got big seagulls. Look at the way they fly. Oh, it's just so spectacular seeing them fly and just soar. And the way they glide is just so impressive. Right, I'm just going to have a look at the crow complexion right here on the background. Obviously, I think they might have been done roosting in trees and stuff, because it is coming up towards spring. And that's the sort of time of the year that you don't see that many crows. Maybe. But not in places like this, or where food is actually straightforward, highly available. I mean, look at the number of crows. They are just straightforward everywhere. Okay, going up to the crow murder right here, we can just see so many carrion crows. There's basically lots of them. Apart from carrion crows, I'm also hearing jackdaws. Amazing, and I can see one right there. Basically, if I called this, I'd call it a crow dominium, because it's like a condominium for crows, but instead of buildings, you have trees. Look at this number of crows. They're everywhere. Oh, I'm actually seeing something that's quite phenomenal. I'm actually seeing quite a phenomenal gathering of crows right there. Obviously, when the humans are not very close, I'm actually seeing lots and lots of crows just coming up to the banks of the lake, up to the shore of the lake. There's one squawking next to my dad's car. Obviously, look at that. Look at this number of crows. Once they get towards the reservoir shore, they'll be just straightforward feeding. Look at that. No, one of them's just squawking. And look at that. Look, oh my god, look at how they just come in together as a bit of a gathering. Look how they just enter this feeding force. Look at that. They're all coming up just to find some food. That's amazing. Who knows, one wonders who's gonna scare those birds off. And I can see some Canada geese in the background. That's amazing. And I can also see, there you go, there's the carrion crows. Look at that, look at that feast. They're all having a go. That's just beyond amazing. Oh, look at that. That's fantastic. Look at the way they just gather for food and stuff. There you go, just so many. Oh, I think they're getting spooked by one of the seagull screeches. Basically, I think it was a black-headed gull, that one. It's amazing, we're seeing so many crows. They're all just foraging and they're not really grazing, they're just finding food or something. Love the straightforward head back to the car because I think it's getting late, so I might as well just straightforward finish off the whole video. So my camera's absolutely bright as hell. Please like and subscribe for more videos in the future, and as always, thanks so much for watching, and that's it for this whole video. Bye for now. Okay, here I am at some weird garden site aquatic store. Look what they sell, there's fountains, and oh look, there's some statues of ducks. But inside here, I'm actually more into the fish, which I can't see yet, but here they are. Got some goldfish right here. That's beautiful. And look, there's Nemo. And there's a butterfly fish, and there's more fish, which I've got no idea. Are these gouramis? They look beautiful. And look, here comes some koi carp. Amazing big koi sized fish. You can put it onto your pond. That's massive. How amazing is that? And these ones there are shubunkins. Nice hybrid goldfish things. And there's more fish. We've got tetras. Beautiful. I'm actually more interested in the fish than anything else. This is just somehow amazing. Is that a real jellyfish? Nah, that's just a fake one. Lots of tetras. Whoa, lots of other fishies. I'm after straightforward think about, you know, using that for future videos. Using it as a future reference for toy products and stuff. Whoa, lots of coolies. Let's see if there's any more fish right here. There's a catfish, rainbow shark fish thing, guppies. More guppies. And then there's more fish right there. Just have to be very careful because obviously there's water right here and there's also fish. Don't know if I can touch the fish. Obviously it's pretty much best not to touch the fish. They look lovely somehow. But, oh well. Not much I could really see. And to the other side of the aquarium there's more fish. Right here, and then the other side there's more fish right here. Whoa, different names of different fish. Whoa, they've got rainbow fish. That's pretty interesting. Ah, that's very amazing. Balsami rainbow. Oh my god, there's sunset platies. I've never heard of them. Cichlid type fish. Gouramis. There's actually so many different types of fish. That's a lot of different specimens. Wow, check this out. There's actually different specimens of fish. Honey gouramis, tetras. There's somehow so many specimens of fish that I never got a chance to have a look at. There's some female guppies right there. Wow, that's beautiful. Oh wow, I wonder what these ones there. They look amazing, those fish. I don't know what this one's. I think they're tiger fish. I don't know what they're called. Fairly awesome. And in this section, oh, okay, we've got more of the same fish. That's amazing. So we've got more fish right here. We've also got tetras, more tetras. Don't know if they sell harlequin raspberries. That's the one fish I'm always after for. Look, there's more goldfish. It's like a telescope goldfish. There's more. Oh, look at that. Tiger barbs. I think that's what they're called. I literally forgot their names. And look what they sell. There's fish. That's a little tiny betta Siamese fighting fish. There's also some shrimp. Oh look, there's some shrimp right underneath. Look at that. They've got shrimp right over at the aquarium. Look at that. And they also have a crab, which I don't think I can see it. Maybe it was here, but I don't think there is. And then there's more fish right here. And there's also shrimp. Oh, that's just so beautiful seeing all them fishies. What is that strange plant? Oh yes, another assortment of fish. I wonder what that one is. The strange looking fins. Got no idea what this thing is. It's quite a very glamorous and spectacular looking fish. I like the way it moves. Pretty subtle, but very amazing to see. Lovely on how it shines through the camera lens and how it reflects through the glass. How fantastic is that? And just before I should show for leave the aquarium, there's more, what do you call them, little tiny goldfish. Fancy that. Oh, that looks so cute. And right outside there is a beautiful Japanese garden. Fancy that. This is so amazing. There's the toy shrine gate. Certainly useful. This is amazing. And apart from the shrine gates, look at that. They've got lots of plants that they're selling. And there's also the garden store right here of all the animals. Basically, statues of animals. Awesome.